Queens and warriors, welcome one more day to Get It Girl. We have a very packed episode for you guys today. On today's Girl Talk, we're going to talk about forgiveness. Are you the type of person who forgives quickly, or do you hold grudges forever?
And on the couch today, we have an amazing Latina actress, Armida Lopez.
And renowned creative entrepreneur, jeweler, innovator, philanthropist, Diane Allen.
All of that and more here on Get It Girl. You know, they say it takes a strong person to say sorry and an even stronger person to forgive. So why do you guys think that forgiveness can be so difficult sometimes? And why is it important to forgive?
I think it's important to forgive to clean your soul and take out all these toxins in your body, because
it's a hard thing to do sometimes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But like Artifacts is saying right now, it is important for not only for the person that you're forgiving, but for your own, yourself, to feel better, to be relieved of that emotion, that feeling, that it's a negative.
I think it's the
feeling.
ego too.
Yes.
The ego of why it's so hard to say sorry is the ego telling
you don't want to admit that you've done something wrong or that you're in the wrong. I don't know.
What do you guys think it's harder to, is it hard for you guys to forgive, or is it like, I don't know. I feel like for me, it's easy to say I'm sorry, but is it easier for me to forgive?
Ah, I see. Like it's easy for you to apologize, but to forgive somebody else.
Sometimes if apologize can be like, I'm sorry, now everything is good.
But a true apology, like from the heart. Like, you know what, I messed up. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
But to forgive someone, then maybe.
That's such a good question, because I feel like even apologizing for me sometimes can be hard. I will apologize, but like to truly apologize, like I've found myself before saying like, I'm sorry you feel that way, which I know is like a big no-no, but it's just accepting like, no, what I did was wrong. It's like getting out of your own head and looking at something from someone else's perspective is definitely a skill that I still need to learn.
I feel like it's important to forgive, even though it's hard, but it's important to forgive, because if I don't forgive somebody, I feel like I still have that with me, and it could take years. Like it can take
that
years
weight,
to,
it's heavy. It's heavy.
So my technique is to like not trying to think of it too much, and take your time. And when you feel ready, you just forgive. Just let it go, and it's just gonna be like, okay, it's all gone. So now I go forward.
I know in my own experience with a past relationship that I had, my ex-boyfriend made a mistake with my parents, and they had such a hard time letting go of that bad experience that it carried on into our relationship for like the remaining years that we were together. And it was so difficult for me to be able to date someone that wasn't good with two people that I love so much, my parents. And I remember I would fight with my mom about it. I'd be like, you call yourself a Catholic, you believe in all of these Christian, ideals, yet you can't forgive, somebody who made a mistake. And she goes, God says that you should forgive, but like, you don't have to forget it. And to me, that didn't make any sense. Like, and I know that's a common saying for anyone, even someone who's not religious, like, I can forgive, but I can't forget. But to me, that's counteractive.
It's not the same. Because when
you have the memory there, but thinking about whatever mistake this person made doesn't mean that you're gonna see that person with like resent or you're gonna have negative thoughts about the person. You forgive the person, obviously the action is gonna remain in your memory, but you have to move on.
You have to move on. If you're gonna forgive, you gotta forgive. Like, also for yourself. Also for yourself.
Because if not, it's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Let's be honest. If we think about what mistakes we've done, in our lives, we're not perfect. No. And sometimes we've made mistakes where we're like, I messed up big time. I want this person to really forgive me because I'm truly sorry, That's, the same feeling that another person is going to have when
you guys ever been in a situation where someone wasn't able to forgive you and it was like a struggle for you guys?
I think
or opposite?
Probably.
I think I've been, with at moments, maybe, even with your sisters. Small things,
family,
maybe not big things.
Family.
Maybe not big stuff,
Definitely.
but I think we've all
Family
been
keeps
there.
it like,
Oh
my God.
They never forget.
It's like 20 years has gone and they still, that cousin that remembers everything.
Yes.
Remember when you took my Barbie doll? And I'm like,
Oh, it's been so long.
yeah, I was like,
We were
traumatic.
kids.
I know. I think like the more that we learn to just like, I think that people make decisions based off what they think is the best thing for them to do. And it may not align with what we think, but you know what? We're all living our own lives, and as long as we care for each other,
Yeah.
we love each other. That's
For
it.
sure.
Just be
Drop the
considerate,
ball.
guys.
Yes.
Okay, we have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Get It Girl. Actress, producer, director, and heroine of the modern day working woman. Please welcome Armida Lopez.
Yay! Thank you for being here.
We're very honored.
No, I'm honored to be here with also these beautiful ladies. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Too much beauty at once.
Well, we were talking amongst ourselves before the show started. We're just really so impressed with your entire journey from El Salvador to here to working your way up in the entertainment industry, and now a movie with Mel Gibson, Naomi Watts, and your own project. So let's first talk about leaving El Salvador, and how that shaped you into the artist that you are today.
Oh, well, being an immigrant alone, I think teaches you a lot because you have to like adapt quickly, right?
Yeah.
So being from El Salvador, I came here when I was 9, and my mom's a lawyer in El Salvador. But, for her to come here to America, she had to start over.
Yeah.
Because of the English barrier, because, she just didn't have the same thing that she had in El Salvador. So it was really tough. So I had to learn really fast as a kid to like learn how to cook, clean, work really young. And so I think that kind of like sped up to adulthood real fast. So I learned things when I was really young to kind of take care of myself and be independent,
But that's good because self-sufficiency in this industry is so beneficial. Ain't nobody gonna work as hard for you as you're gonna work for yourself.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I know that's gonna translate into the films that you're working on now, but let's talk about Boss Level.
Yeah.
When does that come out?
So I wish I had that answer. We've been actually trying to figure that out, but hopefully soon. I know that this year for sure, 2020 is coming. So,
And
so
can you tell us a little bit about your character in the
Yeah, of course. So I play Esmeralda, a Latina, which is amazing because, we need to get those written more in big movies, right? Yeah. So she plays a pretty big role. Well, I play.
You're like, babe.
I'm third person. But I played Esmeralda. She was tough cookie. I had like cornrows. I mean, you could barely like kind of recognize me.
Yeah,
so when people see me, they're like, that was you, Armida? Like, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, don't mess with me. Yeah. But she's really strong. She's chasing after our lead, Frank Grillo. And so she knows how to drive real good. Oh. Yeah, it's cool. And she speaks a little bit of Spanish, Española.
Did you have to do any stunt training or anything?
So funny thing is, I actually stunt drived before.
Oh, wow.
For a commercial.
I read about that, actually.
Yeah, for a commercial. And so I actually went and drove with Tommy, and Tommy's like a big league, stunt driver, and he brought me out to the tracks and just taught me how to do donuts and stuff. So when I got hired, that was actually part of the reason why I got hired, because they saw that I had that. So it always helps to have a little bit more under your belt.
You're the
What about being the body double of Salma Hayek?
Oh, that was funny. Okay, because she's hot, and I grew up.
You're girl.
But I really grew up watching her. Like any Latina is like, oh my God, Salma Hayek, Penelope Cruz. We're just like, And so when they picked me, they lined us up. I remember I was an extra. So so I actually got bumped up from an extra to like a body double.
That is so amazing.
Because I was trying to get my SAG card. So I was just trying to do what I needed to do. Yeah. And so like I stood up and they're like, have you body doubled? I'm like, yes, I have. I've never done it before, mind you. I'd never done it. I'm like, yep, I've done it. And they're like, okay. And little I thought it was like a little job, but little did I know it was for Selma Hayek.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they lined us up and they just looked at our hair and stuff, and they're like, you. And then everybody else leaving. I'm like, I'm like, oh my
that's
God.
Always
amazing.
say yes.
Yeah.
Say yes. You never know
Always.
what the opportunity can bring.
I have no idea.
So tell us about the Made in America.
So yeah, of course. Thanks for asking about that. So it's my little baby that I just created. I shot it in Atlanta while I was out there for acting. And so while I had a lot of time, I just decided, why not create something myself? So I actually wrote it as a play first, and then we showcased it to Latinas in Media. So which is a group that really encourages Latinas and Latinos to make more of their projects. And so from there, everybody loved it. So I was like, oh, I need to make this a short. So I made my producing partner, Alana, who is very connected in Atlanta, and she said, let's make this.
So it's amazing.
So we hired all women.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why was that important for you to choose an all-female crew?
So one, I had never done it, right? And two, I didn't know it was possible. So I was like, I just did it, because you never get put in those positions until you start creating your own stuff that you can do that. So I was like, well, why not try? So I tried, and they were like all women except for like 2 men but they were minorities, Latinos. So.
That is
creating more
amazing.
opportunities for the Latina community.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that's just going to shape the industry moving forward. I mean, like, we all know the Oscars didn't choose any female directors, not much female representation.
I'm so sad about that.
I know diversity, so you are a heroine.
Don't get addicted. No,
I love it. Well, thank you, Armida. It was so incredible to talk to you. You guys, we have to take a quick break, but we will be right back with more Get It Girl. Our next guest is not only an example of a successful female entrepreneur, but she is also a philanthropist who loves making a difference in the world through her art. Please welcome Diane Allen.
Thank you.
Oh my
Pleasure
gosh.
to be here.
No, we love it. I think we were all
an
discussing
inspiration.
before how cool it is that you've used, your artistic drive to help so many other organizations, and I'm sure your own organizations as well.
Thank you.
Tell us about starting a business and seeing it flourish and your love for jewelry.
So much. I knew that I wanted to be a jeweler when I was really very young, because when I was a little girl, I lived under the sea in a clamshell, and I'd go out treasure hunting every day. And literally that dream became kind of my reality when I realized that the three-dimensional art form that I wanted to be in was jewelry. And the reason I knew it was a three-dimensional art form is a psychic in college told me I should be in a three-dimensional art form.
That's amazing.
I've kind of always had that kind of side of me that just follows, not only my gut and my heart, but it led me down the correct path.
When you heard her say that, were you like, this is crazy?
Yes,
It's never
because
gonna
I was
happen.
painting, but my teacher had just said, I don't think you're going to make a living painting, and it felt so hurtful.
Oh, that's
Because
hard.
I kind of am a girl that wanted to be successful and show my parents and do well, and so anyway. But the good part of the story is it led me to opening 23rd Street, which I had for 38 years, and I only decided to close it because I felt like going out at the top. I felt my sister and I had a great business for many years. I love it. I'm still doing jewelry. I'm just morphing into another end of the business.
Yeah. So you're like, let's have it be this amazing thing, this amazing memory while I move on to something
Exactly.
else.
So I'm creating DVA, which is my initials, and it's basically going to be a continuation, but online presence and Instagram. And
I love it.
things
And
like
you're
that.
wearing some jewelry now.
Wearing everything that either I carry or make, or
And the
I
rings.
can't help it. Yeah, but some of this is like a ring I bought in Europe in my early 20s, and this is a band I make, and the chains are opal and gold by my friend Silva. So it's a mix of things. But
So from entrepreneur to philanthropist, how did you make that shift?
Well, I think because my mother was such a philanthropist and was always doing things like asking me, even as 12, 13-year-old, to teach tennis to underprivileged children at parks in the Valley. And my mother was known as the woman of the Valley at one point in the Valley. So she was a powerhouse. I also, because my husband, I lost him really suddenly to cancer 6 years ago. I went into phase 1 as a board member, and I've started doing an annual event called Art versus Cancer. And we raised $70,000 this year.
Wow.
Really for just kind of an evening of, it went from 150.
Give me chills.
I know. I wish I could say it was $500 million, and it will be, because we started 150 people came the first year. And then this last year, 350 people came.
Wow.
And this is me just inviting friends and asking all the artists that I know. I do a lot of studio visits, I ask a lot of favors. But it was really fun and really great, I think, event. And I'm continuing to do that. That's going to be a big focus of my life.
Oh my God.
That's so amazing.
That's probably the main thing, is phase 1 and then Art versus Cancer. But I'm always trying to help.
Yes,
Yeah.
my
That is
mother's
so
a breast
amazing.
cancer survivor, so
so
that's
you
so
know.
special to me, and I know that any bit helps, and you've created more than a bit to help.
Yeah, I just keep moving it forward.
Yes.
You know.
So we read something about 20 million. That's how much you've been raising for how long?
Oh, yeah. Between the time I've spent with phase 1 and all of the funding there, I'd say, at least 20 million, because we raise at least 5 million every year.
That's amazing.
That's
Specifically for cancer research, clinical trials.
And it goes to
And I funded one. When I joined the board, I literally said, I want to fund a specific cancer research clinical trial on pancreatic cancer, because there isn't enough.
No, there
research
really
being
isn't.
done.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a feeling of hopelessness, but it's.
But you are
now
fighting
I'm
for that
restored.
change.
I mean, I'm really restored. I really have a wonderful life. I have a very artistic daughter and an artistic-centered life.
Oh, I
and
love that.
Yeah.
See, I think it's important too for people to know that your passions not only are for yourselves, they're for other people as well.
Yes.
And you are a true example of that. And
Thank
the cancer
you.
research isn't the only organization that you also help out. You work with opioid addiction centers.
Yeah, I have many clinics in Denver and in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I also am involved in Art Through Desert X, big event coming up where I'm going to Saudi Arabia as an ambassador.
Wow.
And it's a huge international
I mean, we're sure that
project.
what you're doing, it's going to inspire someone else to do something that they want to do to help, maybe in another cause. But what you're doing is very, very inspiring.
You've inspired 3 of us, and we'll be 3 more
And
with
it's
the
all-
art.
I know.
Cancer
I hope
organization.
so. It's a really fun night.
Well, thank you so much, Diane, for
welcome.
joining us.
Thank you
You've
so
uplifted
much.
our
Really,
spirit.
it's a pleasure to meet you all.
And
let
again,
me tell my story.
Yes, such an inspiration. We're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back. Welcome back to Get It Girl. Girls, I want to know, were you guys insecure about leaving your home countries when you came to the USA?
I was. I did not want to be here back then. I was like, no, please. I was 17 years old. I wanted to stay in my country with my friends, and I was not sure what was going to happen here, and being afraid.
Yeah, I can
insecure.
only imagine. And you, Artifacts?
Yeah, my first step was actually moving from Sweden to Italy, and that was really, I was like, that was nerve-wracking actually. But then moving here to the States was even a bigger step. What I like about it is that you get used to it pretty quick.
Yeah.
You follow the
You adapt.
adapt to it,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I know that comes with a ton of hardships, but also good things as well. But you guys aren't alone in your feelings. In this Esa Soy Yo, Spanish actress Ana Vinas shares with us how it felt leaving her family and moving across the ocean to pursue her dream. Check it out.
Hello, my name is Anna. I am an actress and I love painting. I love dogs. And I am insecure about stepping out of my comfort zone. Y esa soy yo. We are 6 sisters. I'm the little one. So I came from a family that is very familiar and very protective. I decided to go to America to try to follow my dreams. So that was very scary for me because it was like another country, very, very, very far from Barcelona, different language, different culture, different kind of people, and I didn't have my family around, so it was very hard. Also, as an actress, I am Latina, so I speak Spanish, but I don't look Spanish. And also I don't speak like an American. So I was in the middle of like between two walls, so that makes even harder all my experience here. So I couldn't handle it. So I went back to my comfort zone, that was Barcelona, and with my family. I was very disappointed on myself because it's like, whoa, Anna, why? It's like, no, you cannot like stop your dreams or stop your career because of your family. No, please. That thing inside me made me say, let's try it again. So I did it. I came back to United States of America, and here I am. One of the scariest things about stepping out of my comfort zone was that I feel very lonely here. So if something happened to me, I couldn't talk to anyone, or I couldn't feel like loved or protected because they are like very far away, and because of the time change, it was really hard to communicate with them. It was scary to feel alone. I think it's very important to step out of the comfort zone because, at least for me, it makes me grow up a lot. It makes me handle situations that I was very scared to, but I did it, and then it's like, whoa, Anna, you see, it was not that hard, it was not impossible, it was not that scary. You did it, you're fine, you're alive, you're okay. And also because the positive things that came out of doing this are a lot. I never expect a lot of things that happen because of being here. So it's a good experience that I think you have to like do it. Don't allow fear to stop you, because at the end it's fear and it's not real. It's in your head, it's in your imagination. It's like, if you don't try it, you don't know the results, or it's all in your head. So it's like, be brave and do it, because at the end it's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be. So try it. Another suggestion is like, you won't regret, I assure you, because something positive are you gonna like came out from this thing. I'm Anna, I am an actress, I love dogs, I love painting, and I'm not afraid anymore of stepping out of my comfort zone. Y esa soy yo.
And that was it for today. Please don't forget to follow us at Get a Girl TV and LA TV Network. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.